welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a tag video. As I mentioned in a video recently, I had my Booktube anniversary at the beginning of August. I haven't really done anything to celebrate it. I haven't really planned on doing anything in particular either. But I figured it was a good time to do the Booktube Anniversary Tag. I had a quick look at the questions, and some of these questions I have answered before, or at least I've answered questions that are very similar to some of these. So I don't plan on spending too much time on these questions, but I figured I'd just film a chill video here from my couch where I just quickly go through these questions basically. There are 14 of them, so yeah, I guess let's just get started. So question number 1 is, what anniversary are you celebrating? And I am celebrating my 1-year anniversary on Booktube. Question number 2, what genre or genres does your channel generally focus on? And I read a lot of different things, which you probably know if you watched some of my videos. I don't really feel like I'm focusing on any specific genres, but you know, I'm reading some genres more than others, so of course those will be focused on more. Over the last year I've gotten more and more into romance, so obviously I'm focusing more on that. And also on the other genres that I read, like fantasy, sci-fi, YA contemporary, mysteries, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't really feel like I'm focusing on any particular genres. That's not something that I think about anyway, but of course, you know, the genres that I read most of will also get the most focus. So, question number 3. What are you most proud of on your channel in the last year? And I think for me, mainly just that I've been able to keep going for a whole year, and that I've managed to stay relatively consistent, and also just that I'm doing this and putting myself out there in the first place, because I'm a super introverted person, and this whole thing, it's not natural to me, like being on camera and filming myself basically. So just the fact that I'm doing it at all is probably one of the things that I'm the most proud of. Question number 4, do you receive arcs to review? And I would say not really. In the time that I've been on Booktube, I've received 1 arc that I've talked about on this channel. I've asked for some others that I've not been approved for. So I would say no, not really. I mean, with 1, I don't really feel like that's something that I typically do, so no, not really. Question number 5. What types of videos do you most like to do on your channel? And honestly, I prefer the videos that require the least amount of preparation, basically, because preparing videos is something that I typically find kind of boring. So for that reason, I really enjoy doing vlogs, because I don't really have to prepare that much for those videos. And also I really like TBR videos, making those, also because I just really enjoy making or playing my Bookish Bingo game that I do every month. For me, that's just fun. And also because I just enjoy planning what to read next and what to read in the coming months. So yeah, I like those videos for those reasons. So yeah. Question number 6. What types of videos do you like to watch on other people's channels? And I actually like kind of the same videos that I enjoy making myself. I also enjoy the most watching other people do. So reading vlogs and TBR videos are definitely some favorites of mine. But I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in another video, that if I like someone's channel, then it doesn't really matter what content they make. I enjoy watching those videos no matter what they are. So yeah. Question number 7. Was there anything you tried on your channel last year that didn't work? And I thought about this, and I actually don't think there was. There may have been some videos that didn't quite turn out the way I was hoping or the way I planned, but I don't think there was anything that just didn't work at all, at least as far as I can remember. Question number 8. Is there anything that you've done on your channel last year that you want to continue doing next year? And again, Not really, I don't think. I've done a couple of videos where I've done like reading vlogs for one particular book, and I'm not sure how many more of those I'll make because I've just realized that, you know, I'm trying to stay spoiler-free in those vlogs, and when you're doing that, there's only so much you can say about the book while you're reading it. So I found that I kind of struggle to find things to say about it in a vlog like that. So I think if I am going to do more of that type of video, I might have to be, or I might have to talk about spoilers, basically. Because I don't think I will do any more videos like that where I talk about one book in a reading vlog and don't talk spoilers. I think I either have to include more books in the vlog so that I have more things to talk about, or I have to just talk about spoilers. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, but the way I've done it with like spoiler-free reading vlogs for one book, I don't think I will do any more of those. But apart from that, I can't really think of anything specific really. Question number 9 is there anything that you plan to do more of this year? And I thought about this, and I don't really have any specific plans for that. But I think I mentioned at some point that I planned on doing at least one reading vlog every month. And I have almost done that, but not quite. So I think going forward, I want to maybe try and make sure that I do at least one reading vlog every month. In particular because I enjoy doing those videos. So like, it's just easy content for me to make. So yeah, that's really the only like specific thing that I could think of. Question number 10. Is there anything new that you plan to add to your channel next year? And I don't really have any specific plans at this point. But I think when I started this channel, I had this idea in my head that I would just have a lot more variety in my videos. And also that I'll make more videos that just wasn't like the traditional ones, like TBRs and wrap-ups and tags and stuff like that. Because I feel for this first year on Booktube, I have been sticking to a lot of the traditional types of videos, and I haven't really been making a lot of videos that, you know, aren't in those categories. So I guess I would just love to just do other types of videos, but like I don't really know what to do yet, so I don't know if that will happen, but I guess we'll see. Question number 11. What are some of the challenges you face on your channel? And I think one challenge for me that I didn't really see coming was just like, I just have to constantly think about Booktube things. So just like what to film next and when to film next, and just, you know, prepping a video or like editing a video, just constantly thinking like Booktube plans and just incorporating Booktube plans into, you know, my life as a whole, I guess. So I think if you have a Booktube channel and you want to try and stay relatively consistent, you can probably recognize some of these things. Like, you just constantly have to think about it and plan it and just like incorporate it, basically. Another challenge I think is just like trying to stay motivated when maybe, you know, I'm seeing that I'm not getting as many subscribers as some other people do, and just don't get as many views as some other people do, and just try and like keep the motivation going and just keep doing what I'm doing and, you know, find joy in that. It's also been a challenge that it's been a little bit up and down. Question number 12. What equipment do you use to film your videos? And I don't use a lot of equipment at all. I have my camera, and that's basically it. Like, I use my computer to like edit and stuff like that, but you know, I would have had my computer anyway. It's not really a Booktube related thing. I mean, I had my camera already as well, but at this point I basically only use it for Booktube things. I don't actually take a lot of photos with it. That was my plan originally, but I just don't do that. So yeah, not a lot of equipment. I don't have lights or anything like that, which has been fine in these past few months during the summer, but which will probably start annoying me again now that we're approaching the darker months, and my videos will just get super dark again. But you know, that's a problem for another day. So yeah, not a lot of equipment. Question number 13. What is your one best piece of advice you can give to another booktuber? And like going back to some of the things I mentioned in a previous question, I think just try not to compare yourself too much to others and get too hung up on the numbers and comparing your numbers to other people. And just try and have fun with what you're doing and just do what you're doing regardless of what everyone else is doing, basically. I think that would be probably my best advice. And finally, question number 14. What is the best part of having a Booktube channel? And I feel like there's an answer here that everyone gives, and that's basically just being part of the Booktube community, and like I agree with that. That's definitely one of the best things about having a Booktube channel, because I think I mentioned before that before my Booktube channel I tried blogging for a while, and I realized pretty quickly that maybe that wasn't quite for me, and also I found it more difficult to just get involved with the bookish community that way. And I find that easier with having a Booktube channel. So that's been one thing, definitely, but also just having an outlet where I can talk about the books that I read, and in particular the books that I'm super excited about, because once again, didn't really have that before. And I don't really have anyone in my life that I can talk about books with. I have some people that I know in my family and stuff who enjoy reading, but they're not as passionate about it as I am, and they also don't really read the types of books that I read. So I don't really have anyone in my life aside from Booktube where I can talk about books. So that's definitely been a big thing as well. So that was all the questions. I'm not going to tag anyone for this. One, because I wasn't tagged. I just wanted to do it basically. And two, because I don't really know when people have their anniversaries. So this is a video that's just good to do when you have recently had your anniversary, maybe. I know there's a lot of people that I watch that have recently had their anniversaries, because I think a lot of us started out around the same time. So if you haven't done this video and you recently had an anniversary and you want to do this video, then I guess go ahead and do it. I would love to see it. But yeah, I'm not going to tag anyone specifically. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, you can always hit like down below, or you can subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye!